nail.
Morning, Andy here. Just going to do a quick review on, as promised to a couple of guys online, a quick review on the 20-hour weekend taught TEFL course. So I've previously done the 100 hours online and then followed that up with 20 hours actual taught classroom time. Okay. It was a long weekend. I'm not gonna lie. It was supposed to be 9 AM to 8 PM on the Saturday, so 11 hours in the classroom on the Saturday, and it was supposed to be 9 AM till 6 PM on the Sunday. It actually turned out to be about 8:30 to 9 PM, 8:30 AM to 9 PM on the Saturday, and to about 7:30 on the Sunday. And the reason for that was because afterwards you got a bit of socialising. You know, we went to the nearest pub to have a drink both evenings afterwards, and then of course it's getting home. So actually by the time I got in the door, yeah, it'd been a long day both days. Now, if, like me, you'd already done a 50-odd hour week, and then doing that at the weekend, when you then go to work on the Monday following it, yeah, that's when I really felt tired after that. But saying all of that, was it worth doing? Yes, it absolutely was worth doing. It was really, really good. I'll run through quickly what we covered, and then I'll have a bit of a chat about the kind of the practical side of it, and then at the end of this clip, then I'll add some video that I shot at the end on the Sunday evening as we were sitting in the pub, of just some of the guys who are on the course. Okay. When we first arrived, you know, obviously we didn't know each other. It was at the Maid's Head Hotel in Norwich. Very nice venue. They use the place for weddings. You know, it's expensive to have a wedding there. It's a nice venue. It's plush. Very, very kind of I'd say 4-star-ish kind of place. You know, it's got really good reputation. So the venue was really nice. It was located right in the middle of the city, so it was easy to get to for people. You know, public transport and everything like that. It's really good. Kind of got there at 8:30 for a 9 o'clock start, and there was a few people already there. Most people turned up about 10 to 9. And in our group there was 10 of us, so it was a group of 10, one lecturer, one teacher. Okay, teacher rocked up at about 5 to 9, and I was thinking, crumbs, this guy is just walking straight in to a group of 10 of us, and no prep, you know, nothing out in the room at all or anything. You know, he hasn't written anything on the board, or didn't need to at all. He was a guy called Steve. He was a middle-aged kind of guy. He'd been teaching, I think, for about 25 years, teaching English for 25 years. He was a TEFL teacher. He wasn't an English teacher. It wasn't mainstream education. He wasn't like, you know, a school teacher. He was a TEFL teacher, and I didn't actually come to realise the difference until he started talking about things. And almost straight away, he pointed out the difference between being a TEFL teacher and the methods that TEFL use, or the methods that TEFL.org teach TEFL teachers, as opposed to standard school English teachers. Okay. So, you know, he was really switched on. He was a really, really good teacher, and so there's the first day, if you like, and I'll just flick through some of these. So Unit 1, warmers. Unit 2, classroom management. Unit 3, getting the students to speak. Unit 4, introduction to grammar. Unit 5, foreign language lesson. Unit 6, controlled practice. Unit 7, free practice. Unit 8, games. Unit 9, more warmers. 10, functions, and 11, lesson planning, preparation and practice. That's the end of the first day. You do all of that on the Saturday, and we did do all of that on the Saturday. You know, he's Steve, the teacher's got a script that he has to follow. Okay. Be a good idea at this point just to say that he also gave us this book, and this book is the course. You know, he didn't follow this book very much. He kept referring to it, and he said, "Oh, if you look at page 16, blah blah blah, you'll see this." And cunningly managed to cover everything in this book without actually having us sitting there with the book open on the table and working through it. This isn't a workbook. He didn't use that as a workbook. He just kept referring to it. We didn't have a desk. We just had a chair, and it was the classroom was set out in a classic hall. If you've done the online TEFL course, you'll know what I'm talking about. Is that the online gives you different classroom layouts, and he had the classic horseshoe with the teacher sitting in the middle thing. Worked very, very well. Okay, so that's that. Not very well structured, this, sorry. I haven't done any prep, I'm just winging it. Never mind. Sunday, we did more warmers, so you recap on what you did on the previous day. And then needs, analysing and understanding levels, which is really interesting. Pronunciation, correcting errors, teaching skills, and at the end, right at the end, the dreaded grammar part of it. And not quite at the end, because afterwards we did lesson planning, preparation and practice, and then the last bit of it is the actual nuts and bolts of going to get a job. So yeah, I mean, it was pretty full on, to be honest. It was a long couple of days. It was intense, you know. You walked out of it at the end feeling knackered. But he was saying that if you go and work at a school, you know, they might drive you that hard, and you might be working, if you're doing private lessons afterwards, you might be working 14 hours a day, 15 hours a day. So it's kind of like, you know, if you can't do the classroom bit, then don't be an English teacher. If you can't do this 20 hours over a weekend, don't be an English teacher, because it's what life's going to be about, you know, potentially, if you choose to do that. So the whole weekend was kind of a lesson within a lesson, if that makes any sense. So the way he taught it was following kind of the lesson plan that he was trying to teach. It was certainly using the methods that he was trying to teach. So the lesson itself was kind of a lesson. Very interesting. The guy was I can't say enough. The guy was a really good teacher. Really, really good teacher. So there was a lot of standing up, talking to each other. You were regularly moving around the classroom and doing exercises and speaking. And he had us reading bits out of when we referred to the course book, for reading bits out of it, each of us. You know, so it's like, Andy, can you read the top paragraph of page 16, please? And you have to read it out in front of the class. You have to get up and do some acting in front of people. If you're shy, get over it, because you're going to be, you know, if you can't talk in front of 10 fellow students, then kind of, you know, I was thinking, how are you going to talk in front of a class of 20 or 30 people? It's, you know, again, maybe teaching English isn't the right thing, maybe being a teacher isn't the right thing, or maybe you want to do one-to-one and it's a bit easier, which, you know, is another option. But he was very good, making you feel very comfortable, because everyone has certain anxieties about getting up in front of people and talking, especially if it's on a subject that, you know, you're not very familiar with. But at the end of it, and I think it reflects in the videos. At the end of it, actually, people lost a lot of their inhibitions and lost a lot of their shyness, and were actually like, okay, I've just got to do this to pass this course, so let's just get on and do it. So what did we do? Well, we did all that stuff I talked about earlier. The main thing was was that he actually taught a lesson in German. He taught us an hour and a half of beginner's German, and he didn't speak any English at all in that hour and a half. And at the end of the hour and a half, we were saying, hello, I can't remember any, it was a shocking memory. We were saying, hello, my name is Andy, and what is your name? And I come from Norfolk in England, and, you know, good, isn't it? Isn't it a small world? Oh, you know them as well, kind of stuff, you know, basic conversational German. Really interesting how quickly people picked up on that. So, yeah, it worked really well. It was very entertaining as well. There's a lot of laughing going on. It was quite enjoyable, actually. I quite enjoyed it. So after the German lesson, then we learned how to prepare lesson plans, and we had to put a lesson together ourselves in a group. And we had a group of 3. I was in a group of 3, and we had to do a lesson in a different language. Now, it happened that there was a lady from China there, so one group did Chinese. We had a guy who could speak some Japanese, so as a group we did Japanese, and the other group did advanced English. Oh, sorry, not advanced English, intermediate level, pre-intermediate level English, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, so yeah, three groups, and at the end of the Saturday we started preparing our lesson that we were going to give in our assigned languages for it was part of the assessment at the end of the course. So right at the end of the course we had to give these lessons, and the lessons were 20 minutes, supposed to be 20 minutes long. And we had to demonstrate that in that lesson that we were giving as a group, we had to demonstrate that we'd learned the TEFL techniques and method of teaching. And it was really difficult. First of all, we had to learn, you know, the one guy could speak Japanese out of the 3 of us, and he had to teach us the Japanese, which took, you know, itself took an hour. And then the lesson, we had to make the lesson plan. There's the PPP lesson plan. Yeah. So anyway, there we go. That's the review. Was it good? Yes, it was very, very good. Do I recommend it? I recommend it more than the online course. I think I learned more on the I think I learned more in the classroom than I did on the online course. Saying that, I felt, because I'd already done the 100 hours online, I felt at a slight advantage over the people who hadn't done it. So I found maybe when you look through this after doing the online course, it makes a lot of sense. Whereas I think that people who just looked at this without doing anything may have found it slightly harder to absorb. So I recommend doing some online, you know, at least before, even if it's just the introduction, sort of 20 hours or whatever it is that they do, the smallest one they do that before you go into the classroom. It'll make the classroom part of it. I think it will make it much more valuable. Okay, that's the end. There is a link here. Click here to subscribe to my channel. Email me with questions. I'll put the email address up, maybe here somewhere, when I get around to doing the final edit on these. Take care, and I'll see you all soon, maybe. I don't know. Stay safe. Andy, doing a quick video here on the 20-hour taught weekend course for TEFL.org, and we've just finished it. It's Sunday night and it's around 7:20, and to be honest, it's been a long weekend, but I'm just going to do a quick video on what people thought. And I've got a few of the classmates here, so we're going to run around quickly and just get some views on this weekend's course. So this is Richard. Hello, Richard.
Hi there. Hi. Yeah, it's been a pretty intensive weekend. 20 hours on a Saturday, over a Saturday and Sunday period, which is, I found it hard work after working all week, but you get through it. They keep it quite light-hearted. One of the things I found was I was pretty damn embarrassed about my lack of knowledge of the English language, of grammar, and what a ridiculous language it is. And I've kind of been shown that aspect of it, that angle, and how different cultures and different countries have different formations of grammar and structure of language. So it was embarrassing to find out how little I knew, and I didn't, at the start of the weekend, have the confidence or belief that by the time I'd finished on Sunday night, I'd be able to put a lesson together, to be able to structure a lesson and teach it to people that aren't actually speaking my own language. And I just thought, how is this possible? There's a lot of mime, there's a lot of acting, there's a lot of, listen here, and but it all works out. So actually at the end of the weekend, I feel confident that I can go ahead and with a bit more homework and grammar, I can actually go ahead and teach poor souls around the world.
Thank you, Richard.
Anyway,
thank you for that. Very good. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Okay, so I'm Shirley from China, and I think this 20-hour TEFL course is really intensive, but also very, I think, rewarding. And because I have received very traditional English training in China for about 10 years, and I know how it goes. It's just like very traditional and doing lots of practices on grammar, and that's why I find the grammar in our course quite easy for me. Okay, but the thing I lack of is the cultural setting, the cultural understanding. And I think being a TEFL teacher, you need to be like a cultural mediator. So that's quite critical here for me. And I also learned there are lots of games and how to say, like class patterns, like 3Ps, very useful. I'm trying to apply that in my future classes. Helpful. That's it.
Thank you, Shirley. Dorothea.
Hi. I've just finished.
Hang on, let me run round. I can't see whether we're here we go. Sorry.
So I found it particularly useful because that's the one area I was really worried about, was the actual teaching, the lesson planning, and I think this was incredibly necessary for me, who's had that worry of actually structuring a lesson and knowing what to do when it's not going smoothly, and in that aspect. So I think this was a real big relief after all this, and I do feel a lot more confident because of it as well. So yeah, definitely go for it.
Thank you, Dorothy. Very kind of you. And Mick.
Hello, mate. Yeah, good introduction to sort of starting what's going to be a 120-hour online course. Good interaction with like the person leading the course and the other people. Yeah, definitely a good start point, really. I'd recommend it.
Excellent. Thank you, Mick. Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Say that, and I have met so many lovely friends here, and without you, it won't be so successful and enjoyable, of course.
Oh, bless you. Thank you, Shirley.
Really, thank you so much.
No, thank you.
I hope that one day, if you one day come to China, you really need to try those two dishes.
Yeah, we'll go out to order them now, won't we?
Very traditional.
So it's been hard work for the past couple of days, but it's been really good. I can't really say much more than these guys because they've said it all really. I'll do another ending to this at home, and I'll give you some more information on the next video. Okay, take care, stay safe.